I'm recording.
You got recording? All right,
I got
cool.
it.
We are
All right.
covered. All right, well, then I'll start our presentation, and Laura, you can take it away.
Yeah.
Should we go ahead and start? It's 7:31.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. So welcome everybody to week one, call one of this month's Rockstars on the Rise. I know a lot of you. How many of you have been in this program before? Show of hands or put it in chat. Okay, a couple newbies. Most people have been around for a while. Okay, so just going to say that this program is game-changing because it teaches us the basics. And you guys all know the basics, but it's how to take those basics and turn it into something special. And it all comes down to having enough parties, asking enough people to have enough parties. Once you ask enough people to have enough parties, then you'll be in front of enough people to start sharing the business or continue sharing the business and getting enough people on your team so that you can move up in the career plan. Okay, so welcome. If you guys want to just do in the chat, just where you're from, how long have you been in the business, and who invited you into Rockstars. Is there something else I should be asking, Bobby? I can't read the notes because I forgot.
No, that's okay.
I may have a few people coming in late. I forgot to send them the Zoom link.
Okay.
Okay.
We're still chatting.
Yeah, so make sure you say who, your name and who invited you, what team you're a part of.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. This is how you know it's not Tiffany running this, because she would ask something really bizarre.
Yeah, Courtney, Tiffany invited her. Debbie Cook invited me. Tiffany, Sherry, awesome. Okay, all right. You guys stick that in the chat. Coming in fast, yes.
Okay. So think about why you initially joined. And you guys have seen this chart in so many different places, whether you've been part of our Look and Learns or in a Pampered Chef, but it's all about income. I mean, that's the number one reason why people start this business. I like to do my P's, and the number one P is profit. Okay, it could be people, it could be products, it could be passion, it could be a purpose, but it all comes down to profit, because the profit is where you can do anything else you want. The question is, what are we talking about with profit? Is that just a little bit of money, or is it a lot of money? Are you talking about life-changing money, or just happy money where you just are getting to go to Starbucks without having to ask anybody's permission or steal quarters from the couch or anything like that? So remember that everybody starts this business for a different reason and has a different focus on it, but this business can be whatever that person needs it to be.
Don't be afraid to throw in the chat what was your reason for joining?
I can tell you my initial join was to make $500 a month, and I would literally have a heart attack if I was only making $500 a month right now. Products. Debbie's about the products, right? One of my P's. Okay, products, want to share. That's great, Virginia. That's a teacher going. Okay, get out of corporate America. Amen. Extra money, car payment. Yep. On your new car. Yep. Products and money. Awesome. Okay. So what could Rockstars on the Rise lead to? So what we're looking for is for you guys to make this commitment so you get everything you need, everything you want out of the business. Rockstars on the Rise will get you more shows booked. And remember, it's the concept of enough shows to get you what you need. More shows booked mean more income for your family. In the process of getting more income for your family, you will get a feeling of confidence in the business and in yourself. And with that, it'll be a whole lot easier to book even more shows. And when you book even more shows, you will have more team members on your team. And best of all, a new title. And that new title, guess what? Gives you more income for your family and a feeling of confidence, stability, and it's easier to book more shows. And guess what? It keeps going and going and going. So this is the earning opportunity chart. So this might not be something on your radar right now. But I'm telling you, if you're working your business in a solid way where you're having enough, you will have people who want what you want. You know, there's people out there already who want what you have or want what you want, because we are not the only, whatever it is, 15 people in the world who need more income, right? And this business can be what you want it to be. So you start off as a consultant. You add one person to your team, you're a senior consultant, and you add more income. You add 2 people to your team, you add more income, and it just keeps going up and up and up. As soon as you hit the director level, you start making some serious additional commission, and then it goes on from there. The director and the advanced director level are part of the fast track program. So if you guys are still in your first 90 days, remember that cash is still on the table. And it's on the table until your 90th day if you haven't started yet. You're good. Okay, so we would love to have you join us at the table. And that is really about building a team. Just a personal testimonial right here. I have been a consultant for 23 years, and I have been a casual recruiter. I was a seller. High sales, big numbers, really cool stuff going on. And it took the pandemic for me to realize that I can make a whole lot more income by helping other people to make a whole lot more income. So as crazy as it sounds, because people have been telling me this for 23 years, by building a team, it makes it really easy for you to duplicate yourself, and you can make a whole lot more money by helping other people to be successful. And there is a serious beauty in that. So as a senior consultant, remember, it's just one person on your team, and you're going to make 1% more on yours and 1% on theirs. And just like that, you've given yourself a 6+% commission raise. As a team leader, 2 people on your team. And just like that, you've given yourself a 14+% raise. So it's really amazing how you get more by helping somebody else get more. All right. So director is where we get, as I said, get into the more. So directorship means 5 people on your team, either personal recruits or indirect. So you could recruit somebody and they could recruit somebody. That's called an indirect. You have 5 people on your team, all active in one individual month. So say all 5 active in the month of August. That means $150 plus a total of $5,000 in commissionable sales from your whole team, and you do at least $750. That makes you a director. When you're a director, you get a 3% increase on your own personal sales, and you get 3% on what your team sells. And that's just the start. So you increase your income. You get a bonus every month for active team members. You get 250 Pampered Chef dollars when you promote. You get a whole lot more confidence, and you're building skills that are going to take you places both within Pampered Chef and outside of Pampered Chef. You do get a whole 2 boxes this time of new products. That's your director pack. And it's every season you get almost all of the new seasonal products for free. That's in addition to the free for all. And if you are an elite seller, that is also an additional 2%. Okay. So any questions about this structure and how somebody might go with it? Virginia, yeah.
It's not the 5. I recruit 5 people.
Yes.
Like
yes.
I have one, my first party.
Right.
And then she can get somebody, and that counts as 2.
That's 2 on your
I thought
team.
I had to have 5.
Nope.
Okay.
So you see, like Jen here, she's got 3 directs and 2 indirects. Right.
Okay.
So it's just 5 below you. Okay. Who are not directors or below. So great question. So it's just 5. Okay. And we're actually going to give you a real life example about that in just a second. So I mentioned fast track earlier. So if you are in your first 90 days, the company offers you the only cash rewards program that the company offers. It's there for the taking. If you don't take it, it doesn't go to somebody else. It disappears. Nobody gets it. So for every new consultant that you recruit in your first 90 days that qualifies, okay, all right, so Virginia, that would be you, right? Okay. So you get $100 cash for that. Okay. And that is unlimited. When you promote in your first 90 days to director, you get $500 in cash. When you're paid as a director for the next 3 months, you get $500 in cash. And then when you promote to advanced director in your first 6 months and then hold on to it, you get even more cash. So it could be for a total of $3,000 of that part plus the $100 in cash for every new recruit. Okay, so that is the fast track program. It works. We have people on our teams all the time who do it. Don't think that you can't do it, because you absolutely can. It just takes sharing the love. Right? Okay, so Laura, she's smiling. So I would love to talk to Laura. Come on for just a couple of seconds. Laura is not quite yet. Like, she's days away from being a brand new director. So I asked Laura to speak and just do a little testimonial, because she has taken this program before, and I wanted her to share why she keeps taking it.
So I have been in this program numerous times. I would say I think this is my 4th or 5th time. But I really do it because it keeps me focused and on track to keep my bookings up and to build my business. And each time I take it, I find that I learn something new, which is really a pleasure. And I like to hear what everyone has to say. So it's fantastic. And it has helped me grow my business to the point that I was able to leave my full-time job back in June. So it has been wonderful.
Yay. And she literally is like $150 away from being a director. So thank you. Anything else you want to add to that, Laura?
I don't think so. Not at the moment.
Cool. Okay. So just so you know, just perspective. So Laura has 3 personal recruits, and 2 of her recruits have a recruit, and that's where she's getting her 5 from. Okay. All right. Does that make sense?
Good job.
Yeah. Yeah. She's been working it hard, blowing up.
Good
So
job.
the most important thing, this is still me, right, Bobby? Yeah. Okay, good. I lost count of the number of the.
This is you, and then I go next.
Okay, I didn't have enough a count on the slide. Oh my God! See, anybody can do this business. So
Right.
the most important thing that you can do, I really believe this, is to control your calendar, and that is true whether you're doing virtual parties or in-person parties or a combination. And there's a couple of reasons why you want to do that. One is because this is a business, and if you treat it like a business, other people will treat it like your business and not a hobby, and not blow you off and not be casual about it, because you're taking it seriously. They're going to take it more seriously as well. With the in-person party world, controlling your calendar is super important, because 1, you do not want to work when you don't want to work. And you don't have to work when you don't want to work. And it's really, really important that you are only offering party dates on days that you want to work. Because otherwise you start resenting the business, and that is no good for, as my sister-in-law says, no bueno, for the way you're presenting your shows, your whole attitude. I almost booked a party once on my husband's birthday. I'm telling you from personal experience, you do not want to do that. So as far as the virtual party world, my recommendation is that you offer your parties to start on a specific day. It doesn't matter which day it is, but a day. And that helps you to organize your life, your posting, your host coaching, so that I know on a Monday, these things have to happen. Whether I'm doing 1 party or 14 parties, that's what happens on a Monday. I don't have to worry about, well, this party gets this post and that party gets that post and this party does this host coaching. That just drives you crazy, and it adds to your stress. If you have a consistent calendar, then you have a consistent business. how you offer your party dates, as I said, the day of the week doesn't really matter as long as it's always the same. And there are some people who will double up. They'll do all their parties every other week to give themselves so that they don't have overlap between their parties. Again, just an option to control your calendar. But make sure that you look at your calendar and you know how many shows you have room for. All right, what is your appetite? I am very old school paper and pencil. I have a Post-it notepad, and I know it's really sad. It's showing my age, but I have on each piece of paper, I have a date on there, and I know, okay, I only have 2 shows on that date, and I have 2 shows on that date. I want to do at least 4 shows on every Friday, so I know that I've got dates to fill. But it's an easy way for me to visualize what my calendar looks like. All right. And the other thing about calendars is know when you're getting paid. So if you only have parties at the end of the month, it's going to really handicap your pay. It might handicap any incentive that's going on. So I like to definitely spread my parties throughout the month. And I do consider any parties in the last week of the month to be actually payday for the next month, so that I'm not counting on or trying to stress close a party. Okay.
Perfect. Thanks. That was awesome. I think that I'm the old-fashioned girl too with my I get the dollar store calendar and I just write my hosts' names for the week, you know, whatever weeks that I'm doing. So I want to make sure that I like to put a week in between, so I double up. So I like to have like 8 and 8 is always my goal. So we all do this. Laura and I do this program right alongside each one of you every single time. Why? Because these are the basics of the business and these are what make you successful, right? So grab a notebook or a tracker. We did send you in your chat a tracker already that you have. It will be sent again in the homework link if you didn't locate it already, but you're going to get a tracker that's provided that you can print and use, or you can use a good old-fashioned spiral notebook, whatever works for you, okay? But you're going to want to track, because when you don't track your contacts, you don't really know who you've reached out to, and that's not very helpful to you, because either A, you'll feel like, oh, I reached out to absolutely everybody I know. And if you had really been writing it down, then you really like talk to 12 people. And I'm sure that you all know more than 12 people. So tracking them helps you keep true to yourself, to know that you're really doing it, and that you're really reaching out to all the people that you need to. So on a normal week, when you are not doing Rockstars on the Rise, your goal should be 25 contacts a week, no matter what. Now, most people, the smartest thing to do is 5 a day, right? So if you know, or, you know, like Laura does 1 booking a day. I have to get a booking every day. That's my goal, you know, whatever days she works for the week, whether that's 4 or 5 bookings a week that she gets, that's one way to do it, or 5 contacts a day, anything like that. On a normal basis, that's going to be great. But during this program, we're hustling your butts, right? This is double time, part time. So during this program, we're going to ask you to make 80 contacts a week, okay? Now, don't wait until Friday when it's check-in day to make your 80 contacts, okay? So start making your contacts right away. That 80 contacts is easier than you think. We all have customers that we have parties that are currently going on. You can reach out to those customers and have 2-way contacts with them, and that counts as a contact. It's customer care, you should be doing it anyway, and it's contacts that you need to make. So rule of thumb, from your 10 contacts, 7 people that you reach out to really won't respond, and that's pretty normal, okay? 3 are gonna reply right back, and 1 of those 10 are gonna book. So that's statistically. And you might find, as you're doing your tracking, especially if you're brand new and you're reaching out, you know, sometimes people do this Rockstars on the Rise program and they're in the business 2 weeks. Great, good for you. That's a great start. You're starting out in a strong foot. You might find that you're going to have a higher than 1 in 10 ratio in that very beginning, because people want to help you get started. Okay, so tracking it, knowing what your ratios are. Oh, I don't know why that microphone thing is there. Sorry. Who to contact? Facebook friends. Start with A and work your way down to Z, or start, you know, you do today A to G, do tomorrow H to what, just work through that alphabet and scroll through those Facebook friends. People that are super busy, maybe consider offering them a 15-minute party. If you don't know what that is, if we have time at the end, we can talk questions, or you can be sure and refer to it in your organization page. I'm sure that there's information about 15-minute parties there. Referrals from family and friends. Don't let a contact go if it's not for them. They probably know somebody who eats, right? Go through your contacts in Pampered Chef, through all your past customers, your past shows, Rockstar guests, those kind of things. When you're out and about, now that we're, all being able to be out and about a little bit more, carry a catalog tote with you, wear a Pampered Chef logo shirt, that kind of thing. When you are anywhere and people see the words Pampered Chef, you inevitably will hear the words, I love Pampered Chef, because that is, everybody does love Pampered Chef, right? Everybody loves Pampered Chef. It's a great way to talk about your business and have some mini catalogs and things with you. Get their contact information and make a contact that way. When you follow up with them, that surely counts as one as your 80 contacts. Pamper a business. If you're going to the dentist, if you're going to the orthodontist, the doctor, wherever you're going, get your tires changed, whatever you're doing, pamper the business. Bring them some brownies, bring them a catalog. LinkedIn, if you're on LinkedIn, so whatever social media sites that you're using, your holiday card list, a wedding guest list. Maybe you just recently got married, or maybe you have a child getting married. Maybe you got married 30 years ago, but you still have that guest list. Phone contacts. We all have a phone loaded full of contacts, A to Z. Use those contacts. Family reunion list. All those different ways are different people to look out to. Just a quick little exercise, something that I find very helpful when I'm looking to contact somebody. I'll think of a trait like, who's the nicest person I know? Well, that inevitably brings a name to my mind, and I'll write that person's name down. And then I'll look at those names and say, well, who's the funniest person from there? And then that brings other people's names to my mind. And it's just an exercise to get your brain thinking. Think outside the box a little bit. We all know more than we think we do. So those 80 reach outs are going to lead to 24 two-way conversations, which is going to lead to those 8 bookings, okay? And we want you to have 16. So 80 is going to get you 8 this week, and 80 is going to get you 8 next week. Way to do it. Now, you're making all these contacts. What are you going to say, right? So first thing we can tell you is that every one of your organization pages has verbiage in it, in your units, and you're also going to get some good news in your chat. Your director is going to give you a homework link, and right in that homework Evernote is tons of verbiage that you can copy and paste and tweak to make your own, okay? Be authentic. When you're doing the guinea pig verbiage or the casting the wide net among your friends, or any of these kind of things, if you take a little bit of time and make that personal and be authentic, make it sound like your voice, that goes a lot farther. You don't need to write a book. We are not asking them, you don't have to verbally vomit on them and tell them about every host plan that we have and every kind of party and all those kind of things. You don't have to tell them all that stuff, but you're just going to be doing some sharing. And there's some great verbiage examples for you in that homework. Send your, whatever you do type up that you're about to send out to your contacts, send it to your director first so that they can take a little look at it. And that's part of your homework. But it's also a great way to, A, see if it needs any tweaking, and B, how about thinking along the lines that way? As you're building this through this program, we're going to be asking you to share with your hosts about recruiting and all kinds of different things like that. So get used to doing some 3-way messages or sharing some information with your director via chat with verbiage, because it's coming up. So how to track. Remember I said earlier about the tracker. You are going to want to track your notebook, your contacts in a notebook, or use the tracker that we share with you. It looks like this. A notebook would look like this. Just write the names down. You can make your own little highlighting system. I personally use green for booking, because then, once they book, that's green, that's money. I use a pink for when it's done. I use blue for 2-way, and I use orange for when I need to follow up again. Okay, so you just come up with a little system with your highlighting marks and keep track. If you're not keeping track, you have no idea who you need to circle back to. So when you know, we say, hey, how many bookings do you have this week? You need to know what's on your calendar. That goes back to what Laura was telling you about. When you're looking through your calendar and you're picking your days, you're going to plug in the parties that you have. So we're going to want you to share with us, you know, how many bookings you already have in your calendar and how many more you need. Okay, those are going to be things that we're going to be asking you in your check-in chats, and even in these calls like this. That should be something that is no big deal for you to be able to look at your calendar and know right where you are. Because a person who is treating this as a business, remember Laura said, treat this as a business that will pay you as a business. People know what their calendars are and what they need if you're treating this as a business, right? So track them, and then you'll know who you don't have responses from that you can circle back to. Okay, hope that all makes sense. All right. Sometimes my little doohickey works and sometimes it doesn't. There it goes. Why is it important to track? Well, we kind of just talked about that. Like, then you know who to circle back to, right? But it's also kind of fun to get a no, because when you get a no, that means you're that much closer to a yes. You are going to get no's. You need to get comfortable with no, because we're here to tell you right now, it is not personal. It is not no, I hate you. I hate Pampered Chef. Don't talk to me anymore. Like, go away. It's none of that. I mean, just like, I think the best analogy for me is when you drive through and you order a hamburger and they say, would you like fries with that? If you say no, they're not going to cry. Okay. They're not going to be upset. It is just, you're just offering them something. And if the answer is no, that's okay. It's not personal. It's not against you, or any of that. And it doesn't even mean no, not never. Okay. It just might mean no, not now. In the majority of the time that is. And when you follow up again, it becomes a yes. So getting those no's is okay. The faster you get no's, the faster you're getting close to your yes. This should say 80 no's, not 50. I missed that 5. So go for 80 no's. Go for getting those 80, because as you get your 80 answers, you're going to get at least 8 yeses out of those 80 contacts. So go for those 80. So make sure a no is a no and not an objection, which is what I was talking about, the no, not never, or no, not now. Sometimes they will automatically give you their objection, like right now is a really busy time for me, or, you know, sometimes we take it upon ourselves to say then, oh, well then just, okay, well, I don't know that, you know, I mean, maybe she can't do it till next year. Well, maybe the girl just means next month. Okay. Yeah. So don't assume anything. Follow up with that. Like, you know, ask more questions, have more dialogue, because this is a relationship business. So if someone says, oh my gosh, they're so overwhelmed and so busy right now, then you can let them know, hey, brand new catalog is coming out in September, or in October this, or whatever, and find out where they are in their calendar and what that busy means for them. They might just mean they're busy this week and next week's great. Okay. So just ask more questions.
Bobby,
you never go wrong.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just going to interrupt for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like to call it a no but.
Yeah, I like your no but.
Right. So if it's a no, they're just going to say no. Yeah. But if they say no but, it means they're really looking for a way for you to help them.
Mm.
So you kind of have to dig in a little bit and say, you know, it used to be in the in-person, no, but my house is really small. Well, if I could help you get around that issue, would you be interested in a party? You know, like Bobby says, oh, I'm really busy. Well, that's great. What are you busy with? Oh, fundraising opportunities. You know, would your kids, you know, do the moms want to get together for a virtual happy hour? You know, whatever. But it gives you an opportunity. Don't accept the no but. Okay.
Right. And if it's a no, flat out no, you know, there's always referrals too.
Right.
Okay. So it's about building a relationship and having a conversation. You definitely don't want to leave a no just completely alone, even if the next statement is, thank you so much for being honest and feeling comfortable enough to say no to me. And then giving them an opportunity for something else. Like, you know, since the show wouldn't be right for you right now, would it be okay for me to be in contact with you next month to reach out with the special, or can I invite you to join my VIP group, or can I offer you a recipe? It offers you an opportunity to serve them in another way. Don't leave no just as a no. Okay. All right. Is that it there? Yeah. Okay. So when the answer is now. Okay. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier about, we're asking you to make 80 contacts this week. Let me say it again. We are asking you to make 80 contacts this week. When? Now.
Now.
Don't start on Friday when your check-in chat is on Friday, okay? So start now making your contacts. It is very easy. I get it that it's double time, part-time. 80 contacts sounds like a lot. But when you break that down, like if you do 10, one day you do 10, you can knock out 10 contacts literally. Once you've got that verbiage and you shared it with your director, you can knock out 10 contacts in a 10-minute space on Facebook. Once you've got down what you want to say, it's shooting out the messages. Okay. And if you're tracking them, then you can follow back up for your responses. Sometimes by the time you get to number 10, number 1 has responded and you have something to work with. Or sometimes you don't get any response that day and you don't have anything to work with until the next day. Okay. But you can knock out those contacts a lot more quickly than you think you can. And let me just encourage you that when you work double time, part time, see, short-term hard equals long-term easy. Okay, so when you short-term hard at this, you're going to have a long-term easier because you're learning skills to book parties right now. You're learning skills to reach out to people. You're learning skills to keep track of your contacts. You're learning skills that implemented will make you have a business. Like Laura said earlier, when you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. So when you're getting these things in place now, then you will be able to, when we ask you, like for normal business, it's 25 contacts a week, you're going to be like, man, my sleep, got that. Okay. So double time, part time, do it now. Do it now.
When do we do it?
We're doing it now.
Yeah,
okay.
when?
Now.
Yes, now. So the participation for our program, there's going to be a homework link sent to you, and that's a booking talk on Coffee Talk. It's Coffee Talk Call. It's a 20-minute replay. It's full of great stuff. Brenda Coffee. We're going to be sending you that in the homework. You're going to send out what you're saying in your reach outs to your director. Just shoot that to them. Complete your 80 reach outs. Your goal is to go for 50 no's. If you have 30 yeses, you're going to be the rock star of the week, for sure. If you get 30 yeses, oh my gosh, I mean, that's amazing. But so go for those no's, okay? And let's see if you can get your 8 this week. That would be amazing. We will celebrate that for sure. Put your tracking in your notebook tracker and send a picture of that to your, you don't have to, we're not going to count them. We're not going to be like, but send us a picture of your tracker because we want to know that you're doing this. Because just like Laura said earlier, and I've repeated her 3 times, if you treat this like a business, it will pay you like a business. So if you send a picture to your director, that means you're doing it. And we like that. We like you to do, we don't like to just talk to her. I mean, I talk sometimes just to hear myself talk, but you know what I'm saying. Just do the work. Get that to your director. Participate in your group chat. So your director has put you as part of a little group chat. So use that, utilize that in ways to encourage one another and those kind of things. Make sure, you're not just putting thumbs up or things like that. That's not useful or helpful to anybody. But if you have something that is encouraging to share, like that you made, 14 contacts today and heard back from, 6 people and you got 2 bookings. Wow. Share that. That's amazing. And people need to hear that because when you need encouragement, you read something like that someone has accomplished and it says, wow, she did that. I can do that too. He did that. I can do that too. So it's very encouraging to read what people are doing. So the mandatory actions for this entire training is actually to attend all 4 calls live, the Zoom trainings, complete the action steps and homework by Sunday night, really. Most of us are like, okay, if you send it to us, as long as you send it to us by Sunday night. Complete your tracker and turn that in also. Schedule your check-in call with your director. You want to have your call like Thursday or Friday. Before your call, You're going to want to have listened to Brenda Coffey's call, so you have something that your director is going to be talking to you about that. Don't come to your call on Thursday or Friday and say, oh, well, I haven't started yet. Okay, well, then why are we talking? Okay, so make sure that you've done your stuff, right? And meet with your director so we can go over it with you and hear your takeaways and help you. Utilize that one-on-one time that you have with your director. It's valuable because we're there really caring about what you're doing and really wanting to help you to implement and grow and do these things. So we're taking the time, you're taking the time. Let's make the time be amazing, okay? So do those things. We have the plan now, so let's do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stop sharing, then you guys can unmute and ask questions.
So there were a couple of questions in the chat. The first is, what's an elite seller? So an elite seller is another way to become a director, but it is if you do $75,000 on a rolling 12-month basis and $6,000 in a month, you are a elite seller. So as long as you sell 6,000 in a month and 75,000 on a rolling 12-month basis, sorry.
Love that. Love that. Love it.
Not a moment's peace.
Yes, I hear you.
Then you are an elite seller and you get an additional 2% commission on top of everything else that you're earning.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
That was you? That was you.
Oh, that's a lot of people. That's not just me.
No.
No, yeah,
Was you,
that's
right?
yeah. Tiffany,
Tiffany.
Debbie, Bobby, yep, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and I have had
Laura,
one person.
don't you have someone on your team who got the 75,000 like in 2 or 3 months? It didn't take them the whole 12 months.
He became a director by being an elite seller. He started on May 15th, and he was a director as an elite seller on September 1st.
So it's not like you have to have a whole 12 months
No.
of sales.
But
As long as that average says 75,000, you're good.
yeah, so it's totally doable. And then he was automatically a director. He had nobody he had no downline. So it's just another way for the company to say, we realize not everybody recruits. So if you're a big seller, you can also be a director based on that. But you can't promote past director based on that. And then the other question was, can we get a printable link to the No Tracker? I believe that's in Dash, but do we have a link for it? I can look.
The tracker we provide is not in Dash. It's in the call to action.
The Go for No Tracker. The company's
That's actually in Dash. It's
Yeah, that's
part
in
of the
Dash.
Oh yeah, that
resources
one's in Dash.
Yeah, that's in Dash.
Yeah, that's a Pampered Chef graphic. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the 15-minute express party. Does anybody want to tackle that?
I would like to hear someone talk about that because I
Me too.
contacted someone today from a party last week, and she said, well, the parties are just too long. So I sucked myself into an express party and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Atta girl.
I thought it was just, but I thought it was my glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm learning about it, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
There's actually a document, and I'm sure that Laura, you've got it as part of your team page.
Yeah, I'll tag you,
that-
Virginia.
Yeah,
Okay.
that it's basically just another party format. There's specific coaching for it, and it's just sharing 10 products in 15 minutes on Messenger. And guess what, all of you guys, it would be a great time right now with September coming up to put 10 new products. Say, hey, who wants to do 15 minutes of 10 new products? Boom.
Right.
You can share 10 of the new products. You don't have to be, sometimes we get hung up on, what 10 products would I share? Out of the whole entire catalog, what 10 products? Well, if it's new products, just pick 10 of those. And it's like very easy introduction to a 15-minute time slot. So it's the perfect time for you to do it and get out there. And it's just another party format. That's all it is.
So I've done it as a texting party, Facebook Messenger, texting, it doesn't matter. The key is that the host creates the group and adds her people to it, and they have to want to be there because a lot of people hate group messages if they just get randomly added to it. You want to make a promise that you're going to keep it to 15 minutes so that they know their phones are not going to be blowing up for 3 days. And you want to have you want to have your script set up so that you are literally copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. I usually do wording, picture, maybe 2 pictures in each post. You know, each message, I should say, not a post, but in each message, no more than 2 or 3, because they can't really see it, anything more than that.
And if you do a video, just short, under 2 minutes.
Right, short video, something like that, and you want to keep it, and then share the link and give them a deadline and a Google form link, and
yeah.
that's it.
So the key is in the inviting, in the 15-minute messenger party or texting party. All of it is part of the coaching that's in that. Those steps are what's really important about that, is just making sure that your host has really told people what's up, and that for 15 minutes they're going to be you know, getting some dings for 15 minutes.
Right.
So how do you have your pictures like in a file that you just transfer, or how are you?
How do you set up your script now, Virginia? Do you have it in a Word document?
My script?
Yeah.
It's in a Word document.
Great. So I have Facebook open on one side, and I have my document. I use Google Docs on the other side. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. That's it. So I have Word picture.
And you'll see in the 15-minute document, there's actually an outline provided for you, and you can change it up to be your own. Like you can use that, or you can make your own based on what's there.
Right.
I saw one. I'm wondering if it's the same one. I'm not sure.
I think there's only one that's running around out there.
I promise you, Virginia, if you open it up and look at it, you're going to be like, oh, all my questions that's all right there. Yep, it's super easy. You're going to get that, and you're going to love it.
By the way, I'm gonna make a suggestion that if you guys have not looked at the new catalog, this is set up for virtual parties, because you could take any one page and that's your day of posts, or that's your 15-minute party right there. That's 40 years of favorites. I mean, you could do an entire party just based on what's on that page, or you could do one day of your virtual party. Family fun time, that's one day of your virtual party. You know, meet the cat. I mean, there's like, they've set it up so beautifully that they're like, oh, what am I going to say about baking? Well, duh. Okay. So don't try to reinvent the wheel. Spend your time on something else. Yes, Janice, I will.
Another thing about that catalog that's awesome is your enrichables and taste buds. They've really broken it down very nicely here, which is great to use as well. So you have all those questions answered. Love that.
And Debbie Sasenta, yes, and Janice, yes.
All right. Any other questions?
Can I share something?
Debbie, go for it.
No, Debbie, never.
So the last time I took this, actually 2 times ago, I think it was Laura who came up with a list of people who, if you're done all of your Facebook, which is me, I've done all of my Facebook people, and some people have unfriended me because I'm posting them too often. So how to find new people. Who loves our products? That's 1. Who loves to cook? That's 2. Who hates to cook? That's 3. A list of people to mine, like you were talking about, Bobby. Who has to cook? Who has to eat? Who loves to entertain? Who likes extra money? Who's the life of the party? And who wants to learn how to cook? So I think these are things that I needed, because I actually said to Debbie Cook, I don't think I've exhausted my entire list of Facebook people, but here it is. Here's my answer. I wrote it all down. So just so you know, it's an exhaustible list, I'm sure.
It's inexhaustible.
So thank you for that the last time or last 2 times, whatever. So there's always something to
You've got a great leader.
How many of you guys have a season's best from this current spring season?
I do.
Okay, most of us don't have a season's best from the fall season, but most of us have these. Some of us have multiples of these because we thought we were going to use them at in-person parties. This right here is what you take when you go to the grocery store.
Right.
And you walk around as if you're reading it.
Yeah, bad.
Okay. And I guarantee you will have a conversation get started. And I actually have started, because I have a whole bunch of extras because I'm not giving them away at my in-person parties. I have them. I mean, the mini catalog is cool and it's great to take around, but to say, hey, I have an extra one of these. Would you like one? And I'd love to send you the new one when it comes out. Can I get your information so that I can send it to you? Because it costs like, whatever,
$1.
85 cents.
It's $1.
It's like
stamp.
$1 to send it, right?
It's actually 85. You're right, but they don't say 85. Sell 85-cent stamps, so I just buy the $1 ones.
So I usually put a postcard stamp and a first class stamp on it, which is like 90 cents, something like that. But anyhow, but yeah, so it's really inexpensive. But first of all, you're telling that person at the grocery store who you are by how generous you are and how sharing you are, and the fact that you're not an expert, right? You're walking around a grocery store looking at a recipe like this. You are not Emerald or Martha Stewart.
Just make sure that they don't see you in the next aisle after you were like, here, well, do you want this one? And then you're on the next aisle with it again.
That's good. Yeah, that's kind of good. Yeah. And then what I do is I actually just put a Post-it note when I go. I have a Post-it note on every single one of them, so I can just get their name. And usually they won't give me their phone number or any other. But if they'll give me most people will give you their name and email address without thinking twice about it. So it's just when the out and about is, as Bobby says, it is coming back. So that's an easy way.
Can also have them text you. If they're comfortable with the phone, if you ask them to text you, then you have their number. And then you just say back to them, "Hi, Tiffany, it's Bobby with Pampered Chef." So then you remember, where you met. So you can even say, "Hey, Tiffany, it's Bobby with Pampered Chef. We met at Super One." Then in your text, you remember who they are.
So always put some information on the inside. This is a business card. This right here is a business card. Okay. So yeah, the catalog's your best business card, but this is pretty good. What do you want?
I have a question. Does anyone have the stenciling or the vinyl decals on your car? Yes.
Tiffany does, right?
Tiffany. So
I have them in my drawer.
This woman.
I have one across the back and one across and one on either side because I have a silver SUV, and when you walk into a parking lot, every other car is a silver SUV.
Oh.
So that's how I find my car.
Well, I had this woman come up right behind me, and I have this small magnet that says "cooking only quicker," and it's not really in your face. It's kind of like that. And so I saw her lean in to see what it was, and I thought, oh wow, she's actually looking at that decal, at that magnet. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna get the decal. That's it. I'm doing it. So that's interesting. If anyone has, I don't know.
I hear stories all the time about people who get stalked because they, not in a good way, not a bad way, but they're like, oh my God, do you have a catalog? And you're like, wait, what? Oh yeah, I forgot I had a sticker on my car.
That's right. Yeah.
So
no,
if you are
super
if you are using your car as a business advertisement, make sure that you do have those materials in your car. Because
and make sure that
they
you
don't
drive
look
well.
like ratty tampons.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
One
Make sure
person
they're in good condition.
Another consultant once told me that because I used to keep minis in my purse, and I have like a vinyl envelope that's for minis, but I also got a bigger envelope to keep in my car. She goes, yeah, this really prevents them from looking like ratty tampons in the bottom of your purse. And so that just stuck out to me all these years. Like, don't just shove a catalog in like in the back of your seat. You know, the mom always has stuff shoved in that seat. Don't put the catalogs there if the kids are going to put their feet all over it.
Oh, well,
you know,
I'm past that stage, not to worry.
And if you've got a sticker on your car, you got to be nice. Like, you can't cut people off.
I had one once.
You can't use any hand gestures.
Oh no. Not where I live anyway.
Any other questions that we can answer? Any questions about the program? Any questions about making your reach outs, contacts, who to contact? When are we doing this? When are we doing this?
Now.
Thank you.
Now.
Yeah, thank you.
We did have a few nows in the comments, by the way.
Yeah,
We did
no,
have
that's
people
right.
like, now.
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 Good. Lots of time,
All right,
lots of good stuff going on. So let's get this done. Let's get our fall off to an amazing start. Let's offer the opportunity to get Pampered Chef in their kitchen, to be a host, to be a consultant, or to be a referral, or to be a fundraiser. Offer it to everybody because you don't know.
That's right.
Right?
No judging.
No judging.
No prejudge.
No prejudging. Absolutely.
Laura and Bobby, will you all stay on for a second so I can check something with the homework while
Sure.
everybody else jumps off?
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Thank
Night,
you.
thank
Thank
you.
you.